What is our goal? Truth, admission, or to get him to lie so we can prosecute him or get him fired? Senator, maybe I'm old school. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. I don't know. But, you know, if somebody serves their country, a lot of that time in war zones for 33 years, protecting our liberty and our freedom and our Constitution and our way of life, you would think that you would bend over backwards, not set him up, not say, oh, you don't need an attorney when he definitely needed one, not brag, oh, I sent my agents in to take advantage of the chaos, something I never do or get away with in previous administrations. That's the FBI director and deputy director. They didn't think he lied. They made him a plea after he went bankrupt, sold his house, and said, we're putting your son in jail if you don't sign.
Yeah, General Flynn deserved better from his government. He was willing to die for his country. The people who were involved in this, I hope, will be held to account. Attorney General Barr is beginning to right wrongs. There's a lot more coming.
You know, so many people, we've been unpeeling the layers of the onion on this deep state for such a long period of time. People would ask me, when are we ever going to get justice? I'm told we're very close now, and that a lot of big things, a lot of moving parts here, and I think it's very revealing some of the things the Attorney General has said. I'm paying attention, and some of the movements of the prosecutor Durham in terms of hiring more staff. What do you glean from these statements and these actions?
Well, these notes reek of criminal misconduct. I trust Attorney General Barr to be fair to everybody involved, those being investigated. But his goal, I know him very well, is to right the ship, is to restore trust that's been lost, to hold people accountable. One of the worst things that can happen in any democracy is for those who are in charge of the law to take it in their own hands for political purposes.
We placed a call to Flynn, said, hey, we're sending a couple guys over. Hope you'll talk to them. He said, sure. Nobody else was there. They interviewed him in a conference room at the White House Situation Room, and he lied to them. And that's what he's now pled guilty to.
What did he think they were coming over there for?
I don't think he knew. No, we didn't tell him.
Sean, the hubris of Comey. I mean, my blood boils watching him, his manner, his priggish manner there, and his dismissiveness of the rights of an individual. You've been digging into this tonight. Tell us your thoughts.
Right. I think it's clear now that James Comey will go down in history as the most corrupt FBI director in American history. He has had the worst reign. He has destroyed the FBI's reputation through his actions, his arrogance, and his corruption. He has made it more difficult, according to a federal prosecutor I spoke to today, for U.S. attorneys and FBI agents to get convictions across the country. And that will forever be James Comey's legacy, is this corrupt coup that he attempted to run against Donald Trump.
Well, remember how this did go down, Congressman Nunes? I mean, they called him. I don't know, was the White House counsel involved in this at all? Did Don McGahn, I don't know if he walked him over, walked Sally Yates. I don't know how this whole thing went down, but you do. So remind us how it all went down.
Well, let's remember the most important thing in all of the Russia hoax mess, and we've heard about illegal leaks. Well, the most important leak at the highest level were the transcripts of Flynn having a private conversation, the incoming National Security Advisor for the President of the United States, having a conversation with the Russian ambassador, leaked out to the Washington Post and other places, I believe. Now, why James Comey and the FBI, why 400 FBI agents were crawling all over Washington, D.C., trying to find out, oh, my God, we just lost important take. We have the Russian ambassador here talking to the National Security Advisor. Somehow that leaked out from the IC. What did they do? They did nothing. And to answer your question, what happened in that process? What they did is they did not, they had McCabe, the deputy FBI director, call up General Flynn and say something like, oh, we want to send a few people over there. Is it okay? So no, they did not. He did not have legal counsel, and they set him up. Yeah. The whole thing was a setup.
No, it's disgusting. And Sean, the media, they do not escape culpability in all of this, because rather than being real journalists, they were rooting against this president and in his administration from the start. Real quick, let's watch.
This guy was not only acting as a foreign agent, literally as a foreign agent, not metaphorically. President Trump knew then what we all know now, that Flynn was a double agent.
What the White House got was a blistering rebuke of their made-up claims that Flynn was somehow entrapped by the FBI. It wasn't just the judge who did that. It was Michael Flynn.
Will any of them come on television tomorrow and apologize or do a mea culpa, Sean? Any of them? Will any of them have that decency?
No, it'll never happen, despite the fact that this entire collusion hoax could never have been perpetrated without their willing work in it.
By the way, Mr. Comey, I've been warning you. You have the right to remain silent. I've suggested you use it. You've not listened to me. Jim, tick-tock.